He's a very attacking player, although his results do not really back that up. Not recently. Has been struggling this season. In the second half of this.
Yeah, tale of two halves this season for Sir. Going away to win 6-3 with a run of 328 points without reply.
Winning against anybody would be. Is down that left side of the table. I don't think anything would go. Good shot. Selby will escape from this, I suspect, with no problem.
One.
Tour Championship, which began live in 2019. Selby, though, a regular fixture in this event.
This event, as you say. The interesting thing is, I mean, not necessarily all of the players that have accrued all these points are in great form in matches. So that's the nature of the peaks and the troughs of it all. One of those bottom left-hand reds there. Thin glance, so often won't be got first time. Different one. So he will get warned here.
Miss.
That was one of those occasions. Selby simply overjoyed.
Yeah, well, no point. Interesting dynamic, though, isn't it, this match for Mark Selby? He's never... That's a pretty good safety shot from C. That's why he played such a thin contact to avoid that happening. Yeah, that was the problem. The cube was heading towards the jaws of the top right pocket, and he didn't really have... Playing a little thin safety shot here. A thick safety shot.
Don't forget you can see all of the table to action today and for the next couple of days as well.
Left side of the bunch here and back down the table. That top red. It's almost a billiards sort of shot, really. I think it's more that the game ultimately has never changed, has it? You know. The amount of times you hear people say, they're playing someone like Mark Selby, go out there and attack him. Well, what does that mean?
Yes, because those who bracket Selby
Oh, yes. Well, it took his time. I had a funny feeling.
Four.
Well, it was a valiant effort, but for no
Is
reason.
all he has here. Not the kind of start he was looking for, of course. You have to stick with it, try and win these long frames.
That was nice.
Seven.
Exactly right. I mean, Selby's good at it. He'll
40.
No.
80.
You feel like he's kind of in control of this frame, but he's not that many in front.
$34. Sure.
Still to get his name engraved on the Tour Championship trophy, but he has been in semi-final.
41.
And you would think, Neil, really suited.
Yeah, you'd say that. I mean, obviously, there are a number of good players now, and most of them know how to. But as you say, he's on the short list of being successful here, and I guess in Sheffield also. Oh, this frame now. If you remember, see Jiahui frame.
Mark Selby, 61.
I've heard Stephen Hendry say on several occasions when all aspects unplayable, and I would agree with that. His safety, pretty much a constant. But when he's then taking advantage, normally Mark Selby is an unstoppable force.
Yellow.
He will not mind that in the slightest, and neither should he.
$26. Mark Selby.
The 61 break that...
Yeah, very good. Well worked.
to lead Wu Yuza 6-4.
Yeah, when we saw the not much doing here. Touching the ball would be in favour of... I think this is the problem.
Sure. 1.
Nice shot.
Eight. Mark Selby.
Championship. Slim pickings lately.
For the semi-final, where he was 14-5 up at one point to Luca Brissell, they'll all be removed. So, you know, his ranking will not look quite so rosy then. He's not... So this is exactly the issue that he's got. You know, it's almost like someone said to him, well, you know, you've got to compete with Selby in all department. Way of opening the balls up and putting pressure on Selby that way, because you know, Mark Selby is just counter-punching him all the time.
So,
It's kind of improved the situation a little bit. That's a good shot.
No harm at all to make a few here.
One.
Yes, and he comes back to what.
Nine.
Oh well, that's not the place he wanted to be.
Food safe.
Needs the cue ball to slow down. He did not hit it. But the break is really difficult, isn't it? Now he's straight on.
So.
Good shot, that is. That is a good shot. There was not a lot of. These frames have been hard graft, and Jiahui really could do with getting this one on the board and getting his afternoon up. Quite a good shot, but again, together. Playing this red up into the.
Good set.
Well, I tell you what, he's done ever so well here. Oh, on the black, however, wants to get in behind it. And that's exactly what he failed to achieve. Well, it'd be a pity there if he didn't pot this red, because he's given himself a one. Yeah, the pace he played it, you know, had he rolled it in up for the blue, you feel he would have got it. Well, I tell you, he looked for all the world like this was. It's encouraging to see this, because Selby was calling the.
Because maybe now Jiahui has planted his substantial breaks in this frame. But it's a frame well won. After 32 minutes.
We had a very good look at...
One.
It's a good shot, that, because now he can really attack the bunch. Not to do that at this stage. Almost had a free shot at the bunch. That's really bad, isn't it, what he's done there? Why didn't he just go into them? He's got a red over the...
It wasn't exactly the smoothest either.
One.
Can tell you on the other table, they have Jiahui.
9.
Yes, of course, it was 6-5, wasn't it, when they played?
One. Five.
It's so much more in the game than it ever was. You know, players...
Twelve. Twenty.
Very nice. Very aggressive there. Even Mark Selby with his... all well-rounded game. I don't think he likes it. Players attacking him.
36.
And it's been 29 centuries. That's a personal best by some way. I think what happened in the second frame gave him some much needed...
Yeah, that's a slightly loose shot though, isn't it? The ball seemed to... Oh dear, that was loose. I don't think he wanted to accept that the last shot had gone wrong and he wanted to get down and hit it.
See Jiahui. One.
And now, rest assured, swing back in his direction.
Nine.
But even for that, the solutions.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to play it right now, isn't it? Because, like you say...
It wasn't easy, but I'm still surprised.
When he was going well. Oh, no.
One.
Three-quarter ball angled to his left. At least the red has gone safe, which...
Eight.
Yeah, I think he wanted the cue ball just...
14.
front pocket instead of the middle, which is what he originally played. Brilliant shot.
20.
That was very... Well, see, Jiahui can have no complaints. This frame
20.
he really should have won.
$27.
Down to the pink will do, and it should.
32. 38. 45.
Sergio Way missed an absolute sitter on.
I mean, just on that, I mean, we're not speaking about that match now, but yeah, for Jack. But a very difficult long pot there, which he was not willing to. Top red on the right. But there's lots of value in these safety shots because, like I say,
but not exploited that chance.
red.
In between frames, Neil and I were discussing just how comfortable.
If you could get out. And I feel he's one of the most talented players we've got at the moment in snooker. He's to his game. In the Wuhan Open where he did absolutely demolished Trump. But he's...
But shots like that serve to reinstill confidence.
That's what he tried. He didn't quite catch the reds. That's a pity, actually. Break continuing here. There's their shots that he plays with his hand on the table.
Five.
And who denied him there? Luca Brissell. I think a player who's in a very similar vein, actual inspiration.
19.
Well, I think it's just about okay. Completely uncomfortable, isn't he? Goodness me. You just knew that was going to happen. I mean, Kevin Dabrowski, I mean, he was all over it, but I tell you what, Kevin Dabrowski's looking, one of our camera operatives behind there, trying to work out what the foul is.
One.
Now, that was a really good... Right into the heart of the pocket, but...
Max.
He's not getting any.
One.
Got hold of...
Six.
And again, the problem here will be the two red for now.
Fourteen. $22.
That'll do. I think we're under the...
I think the running side that helped position also helped the red.
That's fine. You don't want to be straight on the shot because then you have to really force them.
38.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it? And that is... And that's also nicely executed.
47.
So these lines...
Yeah, 5 minutes short of 2 hours playing time, but for Mark Selby. Mark Selby with pride. Not at his best so far. Pile this.
72.
A 72 clearance. The highest break of the match so far. It could be.
Yeah, I watched the players walk out. And I must say, Jiahui looked like he was going to the dentist. I mean, he didn't seem to be walking out with a lot of purpose or...
No, you've really got to dig in these long matches, and that's what Selby does. Hence his great record in them at the World Championship. It's up to him to try and change the whole feel of the match. Get on the attack if he can. Not easy when...
You've got to attack, and you've got to try and get in the frames early and score heavy. Because the longer the frames go on, invariably there's only going to be one winner. Go after it. Try and get the cue ball on that bolt cushion.
Lost to Joe O'Connor. Of course, he's had a good season. Well, that's a slight mistake.
It's difficult to get on a colour, but I think that's a mistake, turning that red down to keep playing, to keep trying to beat Mark Selby.
One.
Does present itself.
Yeah, this is highlighting. Good shot. Very good.
Four.
So that one shot, the red, maybe a little screw through the gap. Yeah, that's well played as well. So he's played 3 or 4 really, really top draws.
$20. $28. $36.
He's got a red to the same pocket without making a cannon. But yeah, he's played the first shot, which was the correct shot. Okay, again, he's slightly hampered, but...
Jiahui.
I can't believe, again, he's refusing the red to right corner. Again, I'm not saying it's an easy pot, but how on earth is he refused those last 2 reds?
One.
Doesn't really feel that threatened.
4.
Yeah, I don't think Selby... If Sir Jiahui's knocking them in from everywhere, that's different.
12.
Yeah, nicely played. In these shots, again, I will say they weren't easy, but I think he should be going for them.
20. $23. $31.
Yeah, played it well. We know his pockets are not open. Need the blue. So the last red.
$39.
Missed a similar red earlier.
$47.
3 cushions below the right middle pocket. Had to really force that.
So
56.
Sir Jiahui.
$59.
Yeah, and turning down pots isn't going to change your mood. I mean, that's the strength of your game, is going on the attack.
This match from his perspective. If you can end the afternoon on a high, it just plants the seed tonight. But at the moment, this is going Selby's way. Blue stays out, so 1 snooker. So not Selby plows on. Big pressure
11.
on Sir. Selby's just doing what he does.
Foul. I miss.
Where he's aiming. Oh, he won't be playing the same shot again, because he'll be getting warned.
Miss. One.
Table. Everything's, apart from the pink, everything's where it should be. It's bread and butter stuff, this, really. For one of the best players in the world.
No. $16.
But this kind of opportunity does give you a chance to sort of pick up the pace a little bit, because it's
24.
forced now to go.
$32. 38. $46. $54. $62.
Yeah, nicely done. Just a couple of moments where things went slow.
$70.
Yeah, going back to the refusing the shots in the previous game. I think if Jiahui just said, just goes on the attack, he has got a chance of winning today. So tough to beat, but he's not been at his best today.
76.
Barry Hawkins.
$83.
And one of them was a maximum at the Wuhan Open against Trump.
91.
Nice break price. 141 would be a decent target.
Yeah, and he's shaved 2 seconds off his average shot, Jiahui. This will give
99.
him confidence.
2.5 hours of the match, but this is the sort of snooker he wants to be playing today. A century. Level pegging.
107.
Be higher, but it was actually 139 in Telford. Not behind the blue. Keep going. Trick shot. Well, he'll take the 114. He needed that.
100.
Felt, you know, I've got him here. I could get a big lead. He'll be very disappointed, Selby, if this is 4 each.
Should he miss it, maybe get cover off one of the bolt colours. Very good. And you say that last frame
Would be the tide's turning a little. Little.
Set.
No, that was. Didn't. Got this. As I said, the difficulty was controlling that cue ball.
One.
And so again, I have to say, an unforced error.
Jiahui. 1.
Not played sort of Iron Man snooker in the last couple of frames you expect from him. As I say, he certainly would be done. Could easily have played.
Oh,
Oh, and passed with
One.
flying colours. Oh, so that's a poor end after down. So keep the sort of foot down on them.
1.
But
It up, but hasn't lost the frame off overcutting that red.
Mark Selby.
series of not his best bit of cueing. Yeah, beautifully struck.
To 1, Ben.
So red there below the black spot that you can get on. And that's another very nicely struck shot.
Set.
Winning up. That breaks a 61, 72, 63 so far.
15.
And in fact, he's had 60 centuries this season, so
He also had an angle to go into the two reds closest to the black, but that would be a risk. We could end up on nothing.
$23.
Hit the black, the right-hand side one, just to move it away. Leave this red he's now going to play. Would have left that to right corner.
$30.
That's very good. Those two reds into play. May have gone too far.
37.
Say you never think that these top players are going to keep playing badly.
yeah, he's required position, a red and a colour here.
52.
38 with the blue, with 35. Yeah, this is the thing with the truly top players. They can always just...
He's playing it with an element of safety, the pot. Well, he's not playing the pot, actually. Yeah, because the green...
Far. Mark Selby.
Well, it was a tall order to start. Well, it's
For a huge frame coming up, see Jiahui. That is 5-2. I don't think many people give him a chance from 6-2 down against Mark Selby.
yeah, and credit to Selby for. Suddenly you're thinking, oh, it's going to be 4-4. He'll feel like he's lost the session, but he's got a chance to win it 6-2 now.
Eight.
In 5 previous appearances, no one's played in every tour championship. It's very few have appeared in the most. They've missed one each. So Selby got his composure back there after just a slight. Well,
One.
Yeah, and hot on the heels of that excellent 57 in the previous frame, so he's in.
Nine. Seventeen.
Next to his bridge hand.
25.
Coming down. The middle one of the three, kind of above the black. Ah, that's beautiful. Oh, the second little flick may have ruined.
wow, well,
Well, I mean, we've been talking about the pocket's been very tight here this week. I have no idea how that went in, because
46.
didn't miss the pink, but he's still okay. And that looks like
52.
and accepting that things will go wrong and managing to shake him out
60.
of himself out of.
yeah, strangely enough, arguably is the worst part of his game.
68.
So already a snooker needed. I think this is certainly what Jiahui feared when he walked away from the table, the shot he played.
$74.
Back to the hotel for the couple of hours break between sessions, feeling really good. And knowing that the pressure's on his opponent coming back tonight, Jiahui would have to make a good...
Yeah, long-winded needing help from his opponent, Mark Selby, tonight. Hour or so. I think he needs to be more attacking, take more risks. Because if he keeps in the same vein, with the same shot choices a couple of times, ultimately, as I said,
87.
Mark Selby is needed to find...
$93.
So this black match, and it leaves him just 4 frames away from a quarter-final meeting with Neil Robertson.
$101.
Nice front runner for the high break. Not that I think Mark would expect 135 to last the week. Even so, a very satisfying contribution this from the...
$110.
Playing snooker still means so much. And he's always treated the sport with such respect because of that.
170.
Even if he's not at the top of his game, you've still got to find a way of doing it. And that's the challenge for Sir Jiahui tonight.
$128.
So this black then, for the highest break. Oh, and he misses it. But still, a break of 128 from Mark Selby.